important another important charge distributed body, that is uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. So this is also very important regarding exam. Some examples are there, I discussed here. In nutshell view, I discussed potential and electric field intensity for uniformly charge distributed body. Let us go to our friend, uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. He is our friend. Okay, so let us assume q charge is given into the solid sphere, that is uniformly charge distributed. Then volume density is equal to q by 4 by 3rd pi r cube. There are 3 points we discuss. One is inside point, on the surface, outside point. Inside point electric field intensity kq by r cube into small r, right? In terms of density, charge density, right? Charge density value is what? Q by 4 by 3rd pi r cube. If it is on the surface, kq by r square. General formula, electric field intensity general formula is kq by r square. That we can write here. In terms of density, this is the formula, right? And if it is outside point, this is also general formula, kq by r square. But outside we have to go for rho r cube by 3 epsilon naught r square. I think you can understand. If it is the potential, there are 3 points. Similarly, inside point has a formula kq by r 3 by 2 minus r square by 2r square, right? And on the surface, kq by r general formula of potential, and outside point also general formula of potential. So at the center, what is happened, you know, at the center r is 0, at the center the potential will be 3 by 2 kq by r, 3 by 2 kq by r at the center. Like that you are getting the graph is like this. Okay, all these things I explained in the further videos. Could you understand? So I hope this is the thing you have to keep in mind while you are going for examination for uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. For these things, if you want the proof, you can go further. Understand? This is nothing but V center is equals to 3 by 2 kq by r. Why? Because small r is 0. Then 3 by 2 kq by r, that is kq by r. I think you can get the idea, right? Another area. First, I want to congratulate you for your patience for learning electrostatics for the long while. So I know that you know that electrostatics is backbone of total electronics and electrical department. So more 2 or 3 videos I will close total electrostatics. Okay, so be happy to keep for longer time. Now we are entered into the solid sphere, uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. We want to find the potential, the electric field intensity. How to find out the electric field intensity? Already I gave you complete data regarding uniformly charge distributed solid sphere in Gauss law. So suppose this is uniformly charge distributed solid sphere, uniformly charge distributed solid sphere, right? Uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. It has one physical quantity. What is that? Rho. Rho is constant. If it is uniformly charge distributed, rho is equals to, if it has total charges q, q by total volume 4 by 3rd pi r cube. Understand? For uniformly charge distributed body, I gave you completely inside point P1, inside point. I have shown you k q by r cube, where r is the radius, into smaller I gave you. Okay, if q is replaced with rho into 4 by 3rd pi r cube, okay, how much? Rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube into small r by capital R cube. R cube cancel, 4 pi 4 pi cancel. What left? Electric field intensity is rho r by 3 epsilon naught. You have to remember either this one or this one, right? If it is on the surface, P2 on the surface, we have done E is equals to, smaller is equals to Kepler. So E you can write as KQ R by R cube, R square, or otherwise E is equals to, smaller becomes Kepler, rho R by 3 epsilon naught. Either you can use this formula or that formula, either this one or this one. Outside point. Outside point. For outside point, suppose it is the distance, you can say r. This is also we can call as r. R is a variable. This is r greater than Kepler. This r less than smaller. That is the difference. Distance is less than r. This is distance greater than r. That is the difference. So we proved that E is equals to KQ by small r square. Understand? So if you put that Q is equals to 4 by 3rd pi r cube, rho into 4 by 3rd pi r cube by r square. What left? 4 pi cancel. E is equals to rho r cube by 3 epsilon naught small r square. So if you take these three or the reference, you will get the graph is like this. Inside point, if r less than r, that is inside point, E proportional to r, E proportional to smaller, right? E proportional to smaller. It will reach to the maximum on the surface. Then it follows inverse square law. E proportional 1 by r square. E proportional to r. Up to the surface it will increase linearly, then it falls with inverse square law. So where it is maximum, on the surface it is maximum, that value is KQ by r square, KQ by Kepler square. Understand? So this is E, this is R. Okay, this is the graph, right? This is the graph. I think you can understand. Now we want to go for potential. I want to give you one important area, potential of uniformly charged distributed solid sphere. Could you get my point? That is very, very important. For that we want to go for the discussion. Okay, this is important area, just you go through that. Okay, can I erase this? So you can notice that on the surface and outside point there is no difference between shell and this body. Okay, whereas inside point is completely different. So I want to find the potential inside point. Potential of inside point. Suppose potential of inside point, this is charge distributed body, you can take this is point P1, which is at smaller distance. This is P2 on the surface. Understand? So we want to find potential at P1. Inside point we want to find potential. So now this is potential V. What is that? Potential V. Alright? Inside point. If it is inside point, how to do that? Inside point. Inside point is nothing but we want to find the potential inside point at P1. So we want to study between P1 and P2. This is P2. Let us say this is P2. Right? So here the potential is V1, here the potential is V2. Right? So already we know that potential V2 is equals to KQ by Kepler. Understand? According to that, E is equals to minus dV by dr. E is equals to minus dV by dr. So E is equals to minus V2 minus V1 by dr, distance between them, r minus r. Understand? So what is electric field intensity on the surface? So instead of that, better to go for integration. dV is equals to minus EdR. Understand? So integration dV is equals to minus integration EdR. Understand? E is equals to, from where to where it is changing potential, from V2 to V1. V2 to potential difference between these two. Here the point, if it is, we want to find V1 to V2. So the distance from small r to capital R. Understand or not? So this value you will get, V2, integration dV is equals to V, that value is V1 minus V2. Understand? V2 minus, so this is upper limit, this is lower limit. So therefore this part V2 minus V1. Understand? V2 minus V1 minus integration, what is that? KQ by general electric field intensity inside the point. Electric field intensity inside the point will be KQ by R cube into small r into dr. Understand? So if you take, this is the constant, V2 minus V1 is equals to KQ by R cube into R dr. Understand? R dr. So you will get, please you follow me, you will get V2 minus V1 is equals to KQ by R cube R square by 2. From where to where? From where to where you are doing the integration? Here minus we left, this is minus. From where to where? From smaller to capital. So if you want to remove negative, V1 minus V2 is equals to KQ by R cube. For removing negative, I reversed this. KQ by R cube into R square by 2 minus small r square by 2. Upper limit R square by 2, lower limit R square by 2. So V1 minus V2 is equals to KQ by R cube. If you open the brackets, KQ by R cube into R square by 2 minus KQ R cube R square by 2. Understand? So this value will be V1 minus V2 is equals to V1 is equals to V2 plus KQ by 2R minus KQ by R cube into R square by 2. So but V2 is what? Potential on the surface, that is KQ by R plus KQ by 2R minus KQ by R cube into R square by 2. Understand? So we want to take LCM. This is also 2. If you simplify this value will be 2R, that 2 times, and this is 1 time, 2 KQ plus KQ minus KQ by 2R cube into R square. So this is 3 KQ by 2R minus KQ by 2R cube into small r square. Understand? So V1 is the potential. If you take common factor, KQ by R is a common factor, you will get 3 by 2 minus R square by 2R square. Keep in mind, this is the potential. What is that? inside point kq by r. What is that? Kq by r, kq by r inside point into 3 by 2 minus r square by 2r square. This is the formula. Potential inside point is equals to, like surface, kq by r into 3 by 2 minus r square by 3r square. Potential at center. Center, what is meaning? Potential at center at this point, small r is equals to 0. Then this value will be 0. V inside will be, V at center will be, understand? V at center will be, this is 0. 3 by 2 kq by r. That is important. If uniformly charge distributed solid sphere, the potential will be kq by r, like potential on the surface, into 3 by 2 minus r square by 2r square. If it is at center, means small r is equals to 0, you will get 3 by 2 kq by r. I think you can understand. So if you can't understand this derivation, two important points, from where to where you are doing the integration, P1 to P2. So limits potential V1 to V2, V1 to V2, and distance from small r to capital R, you are doing integration. These 2 points keep in mind. Remind the thing, you can follow, read and watch once and twice and write the notes, you can understand. Okay, right. Sphere inside point we have taken what we have taken? At center, V at center, 3 by 2 kq by r. On the surface, what? Kq by r, which is greater? At center it is greater. After that, V outside, what? Kq by smaller. So regarding that, at center it is more than 1.5 times of center. So if it is on the surface kq by r, on the surface at the center it will be 3 by 2 kq by r, means almost 1.5 times. So at the center r less than r, center to surface, it will decrease like this. After that, it follows outside point, it follows inverse square law, like, understand? This is the graph. Right side also you will get this side. This is okay. This is the graph. Like this it will fall. Uniformly charged distributed solid sphere, potential and distance. Inside will be, at center it is 3 by 2. At the center surface it will fall down to kq by r. After that, from going away from the surface, it will go further, V proportional 1 by r. Understand? So this is a graph we have to follow. Right. Thank you. Have to study. One is electric field inside the cavity. That is one. Second one, non-uniformly charged distributed solid sphere. Electric field interest, how to find. These two we have to do that. So first of all, what we want to do that, if it is cavity problems, electric field intensity E inside cavity. What is meant by cavity? If you go for Colgate advertisement, every moment cavity inside the tooth. What is cavity? A small hole inside the object is called cavity. So if a solid sphere, this is uniformly charged distributed sphere. For uniformly charged distributed sphere, you can take rho is constant. So for uniformly charged distributed sphere, rho is nothing but q by 4 by 3rd pi r cube. Okay. From this uniformly charged distributed solid sphere, okay, uniformly charged distributed solid sphere, right, you are removing a part of solid sphere. So then what is the electric field intensity? This is cavity, this is called cavity. Inside the cavity, what will be the electric field intensity? So you have to consider these are two objects. This is one full object and this is another object having the negative effect. Understand? So this is full object. This can be considered like this. This can be considered one full object. Understand? This part, this one full object, and removed part considers the one more small object but negative, like you can consider. So from here to here, if it is you think full object, the distance, let us say this is R1, okay, from cavity to center, let you say R2. Between the centers you can call x bar. X is the distance between the two centers, center of the solid sphere, center of the cavity. Okay, x is the distance between center of solid sphere to center of cavity. So if you consider this is one full object at P, what is the electric field intensity? Rho R1, uniformly charged distributed sphere, 3 epsilon naught. Understand? If you consider this is a full object, what is the electric field intensity created by this uniformly charged distributed body? If you consider total object, you can take E1 is equal to rho R1 by 3 epsilon naught. This removed part you have to consider another object. Okay, from here to here, rho R2 by 3 epsilon naught. You may ask the question, sir, is there any change? Yes, if it is uniformly charged distributed body, rho is same beta. So, but actually these are not two individual objects. One object is removed from the another object. Therefore, E net is equals to E1 bar minus E2 bar. Understand? E1 bar minus E2 bar. Therefore, E net is equals to, come on, rho R1 by 3 epsilon naught minus rho R2 by 3 epsilon naught. So, therefore, you will get net electric field intensity E net is equals to, come on, rho by 3 epsilon naught R1 minus R2. Understand? I want to know what is R1 minus R2. If you go for this triangle, this is R1, this is R2, this is X. From triangle law of vectors, two vectors are taken as the adjacent sides of the triangle. The resultant is represented by this closed side. Therefore, R1 bar is equals to X bar plus R2 bar. Therefore, X bar is equals to R1 bar minus R2 bar. Therefore, electric field intensity, net electric field intensity, E net is equals to, come on, rho by 3 epsilon naught X bar. So, what you can understand, if you take this point of observation here or here or here, anywhere independent of R2, the position is decided by R2. This position, it doesn't depend upon R2 or R1. So, position is independent of R1 and R2, depends upon distance between. This is fixed. Therefore, electric field intensity inside the cavity is uniform and constant. E net is uniform and constant. Uniform and constant in the direction of X bar, in the direction of line joining between two centers. Understand? Suppose for example, if one electron is left inside the cavity. Okay, what will happen? Electric field intensity will be in this direction. So, if it is electron, it experiences the force in this direction. F is equals to E. That electric field intensity you can put rho by 3 epsilon naught distance between the two vectors, two centers. Like that you can take it. Could you get my point? This is one of the interesting and important. Keep it in mind. Inside the cavity, electric field intensity is uniform. That value is rho by 3 epsilon naught. x bar is nothing but distance between center of original object and center of cavity. Okay, electric field intensity in this direction also, right? Now I want to go for non-uniformly charge distributed solid sphere. Non-uniformly charge distributed solid sphere I want to explain you. So please stay, I will complete. Okay, electric field intensity of non-uniformly charge distributed. Entered into one more important area of electric field intensity of non-uniformly charged distributed solid sphere. Until then you have done uniformly charged distributed body, now non-uniformly charged distributed body. Suppose for example, this is the non-uniformly charged distributed body whose surface volume charge density will be changed rho naught to r square, rho naught r square. R is the distance between center to point inside, so r less than capital R, the condition is given. What is the electric field intensity? If you want to know that, what it will be, suppose for example this is the point, understand, you want to find the electric field intensity inside, right? Charge is not uniform, so if you want to find the electric field intensity, you can apply Gauss law. E integration ds is equals to q inside by epsilon naught. Understand, this surface is uniform spherical surface. Since radius is r, you can take E into 4 pi r square. Charge inside, that is the problem. So you don't know how much charge is inside. Total charge is not retained inside, that is q dash, that is q dash. But if you want to know q dash inside the Gaussian surface, you must follow one procedure, because density changes with a certain function, different function, it is not constant. If it is not constant, previous model we can go. So this has to follow some special feature. Now I would like to write what is the charge inside the Gaussian surface. To do that, you take one shell, understand. So this is the shell, total charge density rho is equals to dq by dv. So on this shell, what charge retained, I will write. What is this volume? If it is r, this thickness is dr, this thickness is dr. Therefore rho is equals to dq by this volume will be 4 pi r square dr, and dq is equals to rho 4 pi r square dr. But according to the problem, it is given. In a problem, he will give you rho naught r square, rho naught r cube, rho naught by r square, like that. So dq is equals to rho naught r square into 4 pi r square dr. So dq is equals to rho naught 4 pi r power 4 dr. So if you, this shell having the charge this much, but inside the Gaussian surface, if it is the Gaussian surface, you want to find the electric field intensity in this point. This is the Gaussian surface. Inside the Gaussian surface, it is not the shell, it is the solid body. So it is the combination of different shells. So all shells having the charge, if you go for integration dq, from where to where these shells are changed, from 0 to up to r. Therefore integration 0 to q. At center there is no charge, up to here you think that the charge inside is q dash. Understand, inside the Gaussian surface total charge, let us assume q dash, and rho naught 4 pi r power 4 dr. Up to where you are doing the integration, you are finding the electric field intensity here. So this part you have to go for integration, because you have to find the charge inside this surface. Therefore you can take, just a moment, 0 to r. Therefore dq is equals to, you can take dq is equals to, that is q dash, that is equals to rho naught 4 pi r power 4 pi integration r power 4 dr. Therefore q dash inside is equals to rho naught 4 pi r power 5 by 5. I think you know. Now how much charge inside the Gaussian surface, you know. Therefore now you can apply electric field intensity inside the Gauss law is equals to q dash inside the Gaussian surface. The charge is q dash, that you can take epsilon naught E into what is the electric field intensity inside the Gaussian surface, 4 pi r square, that is equals to q dash by epsilon naught. Q dash is how much? Into 4 pi r square. Q dash is how much? You know, rho naught 4 pi r power 5 by 5 into 1 by epsilon naught. 4 pi cancel, 4 pi cancel, and this r cube, E is equals to rho naught r cube by 5 epsilon naught. Understand? Rho naught r cube by 4 epsilon naught. This is inside point. Inside point electric field intensity can be determined as how much charge inside the Gaussian surface. So like this you can do the integration, then you can go for E is equals to rho naught r cube by 3 epsilon naught. If you want to find on the surface, if you want to find the on the surface, let us see. If you want to find on the surface, just you can go through that, 0 to on the surface 0 to q, then the 0 to r. If you want to find electric field intensity E, you can find the total charge, and you can take the total radius. Therefore q is equals to total charge inside, that is q, total charge inside q, that is equals to 0 to r. Up to surface you are doing 4 pi integration r power 4 dr, that is equals to rho naught 4 pi 0 to Kepler r power 5 by 5. So you can put capital R. Therefore total charge on the surface, when you take on the surface, this is total charge sphere. Okay, you want to find the electric field intensity. Already you have done integration, from where to where you have done integration, from here to here you have done integration. So you are finding the electric field intensity from here to here, 0 to r, you have taken integration. So you will get the total charge. Understand? This is Gaussian surface of radius r. Understand? So how much charge you got? Q is equals to 0 to Kepler. Therefore rho naught 4 pi r power 5 by 5. This is the total charge inside the sphere for this function. Therefore electric field intensity here, E integration ds is equals to q by epsilon naught E into 4 pi r square. Gaussian surface is E into 4 pi r square into rho naught 4 pi r power 5 by 5, that is equals to 4 pi cancel. E is equals to rho naught r cube by and 1 by epsilon 5 epsilon naught. Okay, this is on the surface, Suppose it is outside, then what? Total charge, if it is outside point, if you want to know that. So already surface I did it. If you want to find the electric field intensity outside the point, if you want to find out the electric field intensity outside the point, how to do that? So you are finding outside point. So first of all, what is the charge inside? You are finding the electric field intensity outside the point where electric field intensity is E. So if you want to find how much charge is distributed from here to here only. So charge is distributed up to capital R only. Therefore, what is the total charge inside will be Q is equals to rho naught 4 pi R power 5 by 5 only. Understand? This is the total charge. Even though Gaussian surface is existed here, because why you got Gaussian surface here? Because this is the point where electric field intensity is 0. With the distance you can draw the Gaussian surface. So inside the charge will be rho naught 4 pi R power 5. Now Gauss law you can apply here. E integration ds is equals to Q inside by epsilon. Inside is how much? Total charge is inside. So E integration, but this is a radius 4 pi R square. 4 pi R square is equals to rho naught 4 pi R power 5 by 5 into 1 by epsilon naught. So 4 pi cancel. E is equals to rho naught R power 5 by 5 epsilon naught small r square. So you can take like this. This is outside point. Like that, follow this procedure. Learn twice and thrice. I am not the eminent speaker. I try my best. I explained you. Write the notes twice and thrice. You check how you got. Why sir is doing like this? You follow that. You think it. You try for it. Different function. It may be r square, r cube by r square, like that. Many infinite problems you can do that. All the best. Right?